How many musical geniuses can you name who are women? Hey everybody, welcome back to Prince's Friend. I'm your host, Prince's Friend. Now, when we hear the term musical genius, there are a lot of different artists that come into our minds, and obviously, Prince is one of them. The funny thing is, so many people know that Prince is a genius, even if they haven't listened to him, and it's because society has deemed it that he is a musical genius. Also because he is, but also it's been accepted as fact that he was a musical genius. I've had conversations with people who would say,
I'm not really that into Prince. I've never really listened to him all that much. I mean, I know he's a musical genius and all, but...
And that's just kind of weird to me. What's also weird is that so few women have the title of musical genius. If you want to stay in the loop, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you are notified directly whenever we put out a new video. Now, just so that we have some sort of baseline here, I want to define what a musical genius is, kind of in my thought process. And to me, being a musical genius requires three main things: creativity, talent, and reach. Talent is kind of an obvious thing. You have to be able to create music. And some people can do this really, really well on a technical level. Creativity, of course, is the ability to take your talent and make something brand new, something that nobody's ever seen. And of course, there's reach, which is the impact that you make. The more people that you reach increases the chances that you will reach the pinnacle title of musical genius. Of course, if you have reach and talent, you can make it as a staple in music. You'll be the bass player always forever in the background. You'll be the drummer who can keep a beat, but never seems to break out themselves due to the lack of creativity. If you have talent and creativity, that's amazing, but without the reach and the impact that you need, you'll just be someone playing in their garage. And with creativity and impact, that's a great combination, but without the talent to back it up, you'll fizzle out quickly. I feel like longevity is kind of this phantom fourth component, as the world needs to be exposed to somebody for a long time to really be able to appreciate their musical genius. But I did a bunch of internet searches. I found the top 10 musical geniuses of all time, top 50, top 100, and I would say that 99% of them were men. And there were tons of them listed, like Kanye, Beck, Neil Young, Rick Rubin, Jack White, Dr. Dre, Bob Dylan, Lennon and McCartney, Freddie Mercury, Ray Charles, Puff Daddy, Sam Cooke, Miles Davis, Frank Zappa, Jimi Hendrix, Weird Al, David Bowie, Stevie Wonder, Nas, Kurt Cobain, Chuck Berry, Tupac, Eminem, Outkast, D'Angelo, Pharrell, Tom York, Jay-Z, so many of these. But I think that the biggest thing that happened recently for me in 2018 was the disparity between the reactions to two of my favorite artists today, Janelle Monáe and Childish Gambino. Now, we know that in 2018, Childish Gambino launched an amazing song called This Is America. It was backed by a crazy viral video that went like wildfire through the internet, and he gained the title of musical genius. All of his other albums were fine, but it's almost as if he had the talent and the creativity this whole time. But only with This Is America did he get that third point of reach in order to become this big worldwide thing that people lost their minds over. And I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I've been a big fan of Childish Gambino's for a while. I've called him a musical genius for a long time. But only recently did he become so in the social construct. And a lot of people will say that it's because he handled the topic of race and politics and guns and all of these different things, and he did it so masterfully. Now, enter Janelle Monáe's Dirty Computer, the review that I haven't gotten to yet. The crazy thing about this album is that she tackles a lot of the same ground. Politics, she tackles race, she tackles gender, which is a thing that obviously Childish Gambino doesn't have access to that angle, but she does it in a funky way that makes you want to dance, makes you think, and all of these wonderful things. And of course everybody's going to say, but she didn't have an amazing video to go with it. Of course she did. She had the mini-movie called Dirty Computer that linked all of her songs and had an amazing kind of cyberpunkish backing to it. And yet, she isn't a musical genius by societal standards. She's great. She's on the list of women who have been impactful in music. It's never called musical genius unless you're talking about a man. It's very weird to me. And I'm not really sure why. I wonder if it's because some women in music are kind of manufactured. They have a great voice, so people produce a bunch of songs and just put them in a booth and let them sing. It also might have a lot to do with the fact that women are usually sold for their sex and not their talent. There's likely a million reasons, but I think the only way that we can change this, so we can have more women have the title of musical genius that a lot of them really do deserve. We have to be the change that we want in the world. So I will give you 6 right now that I think are musical geniuses. Let's start off with Tori Amos. Amazing. Alanis Morissette. Missy Elliott. Now, in fairness, Missy Elliott was on a few of those lists as a musical genius, but it was always coupled with Timbaland, and that really made me mad. Let's throw Fiona Apple in there, Janelle Monáe, Alicia Keys. These 6 right here, why aren't they called musical geniuses? So I also want to mention a few others that I didn't have the time to make fancy graphics for. Some other women who deserve the title of musical genius: Annie Lennox, MIA, PJ Harvey, Jill Scott, Gloria Estefan, Bjork, Sheila E., Madonna, Sarah McLachlan, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Norah Jones, Sade, Sheryl Crow, Pink, Lady Gaga. The list goes on. These people deserve the acknowledgement that we are so willing to give to the men in the industry. So what I want from you is to share your favorite female musical artists in the comments. I want to see who you think deserves the title, and we need to start calling this out in public. We need to start calling them musical geniuses in whatever social media, blogs, your own videos, wherever you are. We need to start acknowledging these amazing artists and giving them the credit that they deserve. And of course, don't forget to check us out on social media, Twitter and Instagram. I do post different stuff different places. If you like what we do here and want to go that next step in supporting the channel, check out the Patreon at patreon.com/princessfriend. And as always, may you live to see the dawn.